supported 600 organizations. Employees gave back over $200,000 and logged nearly 5,000 volunteer hours across Louisiana, all in 2023. That's what keeps CLECO energized.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is 82 degrees out at the Rapides Regional Medical Center camera, and that river's looking nice and calm this morning. Really a lot of more of the same. I'm going to blow it right now and just tell you that I think that tropical system stays east of here. So if you're tuning in for that update, I mean, I'd like to keep you around, but I'm not worried about any big issues. Now, out at Toledo Bend, it looks like we've got a little more wave action out there. Still not a ton of wind. We're only measuring 1 mile per hour, though I would argue it's probably a little higher than that. 83 degrees, dew point 78. It's going to be a warm day. We have heat advisories, heat warnings. I'll show you that in just a second. Also, some pretty big storms out there in the Florida Panhandle. They're going to see a lot more rain out that way. Looks like a good 5 to 10 inches at minimum out across most of the state of Florida, where some areas do need that rainfall. And, you know, we do walk this very, very fine line here across Louisiana this time of year. And last year, as I said in the little lead in, we had 13 days at or above 100 by now. We have not had one yet. Of course, we've had plenty of days in the mid to upper 90s, but last year was just a different beast altogether. But the line we walk is between too dry and too much rain in the summer, because a lot of times you'll get crazy thunderstorms or get like what we had a week ago where we had rain in almost every day, and we had 3 or 4 inches that one day, and some areas saw even more than that. And then once the sun comes out and you start to bake that away, I mean, you go from too wet to too dry in about 10-15 minutes. So excessive heat warnings, heat advisories for today as we continue on through August. Like I said yesterday, daytime shrinking. We're getting less daylight every day, and I think that's good news, at least until a certain point, because I want to cool off just a bit. Mid 90s, upper 90s for today. There's 100 up there at Monroe, so they might hit 100. I think we stay below it, and I think we stay close to that number. Let's say we do hit 100. I don't think we're going to go to 106 or something like that. I think we're going to stay right around 100, but it's going to be hard to do this year, harder to do than last year, because we have a lot more moisture trapped near the surface with all the rain that we have had over the last couple of months. Overnight tonight, lows in the mid to upper 70s. And again, for today, your planner is hot. It's summer. You get it. Upper 90s. We're going to see those heat index values in some cases above 110, especially north of Alexandria. Now, futurecast through the next couple of days also staying pretty calm here. Actually, that tropical system coming into our east puts us more on the subsidence side of things. So sinking air aloft means that we're not going to see as much rain. I think we could see a few storms tomorrow afternoon and evening, perhaps again on Sunday, but really chances are coming down. We even have a general thunderstorm outlook for today, though I think we stay pretty much dry. Actually, a marginal risk for severe weather if you're headed up toward Jackson or Birmingham, you're heading out to Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, something like that. Could run into a couple of nasty storms, but overall, it looks like we are going to keep the severe threat pretty much non-existent for the next day or so. Maybe we get, again, an isolated strong to severe storm tomorrow, but nothing organized, no big organized severe threats or tropical threats in the near future. And there's your rainfall outlook. Mostly dry, but a couple of storms could provide us with some rainfall. So that area out across Cuba that's going to move up into the eastern Gulf, now up to a 90% chance for development. It looks like it's pretty much going to happen at this point. And you can see here, it's starting to get that look. It's dealing with a lot of land, so that's kind of disrupting things for now. Yesterday, excuse me, hiccup there. Yesterday, we had some models that were bringing this up further west and then kind of stalling it out, and that allowed it to sneak under that ridge of high pressure and move our way. I don't see that today. In fact, on the spaghetti models here, these are just your tropical models. They have shifted east. In fact, aren't even showing as much of a stall. So that's great news for Florida. If we don't get that stall, we're not going to see those biblical amounts of rain. I think they can handle a 5 to 10 inch rain, but you know, a 25 to 30 inch rain is totally different. So the main idea on the track here is that this is probably going to come up somewhere in the eastern Gulf. It still could stall, but then it's going to hook on toward the right, and I think we stay away from any impact with this. So the 7-day forecast is looking pretty dry. We are going to be in the upper 90s. We're keeping it below 100. If we're at 98, it's within that margin of error that we briefly slip up to around 100 degrees, but officially keeping our forecast below that. And we've knocked rain chances down just a little bit, so any outdoor plans are looking okay if you can handle the heat. And beyond this, it looks like we're going to keep things pretty much the same. that cold front, there is a big cold front that's going to be up to the north, and that's where the impacts will stay. We're going to start to see these fronts make it a little further south, but over the next several weeks, I do think that we stay in that summertime pattern. Yeah, we can get a front to come in here, but it does not look like we have any strong candidates right now to get all the way down here and bring us really cool air, or anything like 60s at night or something crazy for August. And then we have rain chances that will return a little later into this forecast for mid-August. I think we get back to where we get a little bit more rainfall. Yeah, humidity will lower next week a little bit. Morning lows in the low 70s sounds great right now. I think we could see some of that. Some models arguing for a little warmer, but yeah, it's going to stay summery out there, I think, for the next several weeks. You know, that's not like I'm splitting the atom to say stuff like that. And the tropics for now, you know, we're heading into peak season here with August here, and then August and September really ramps up toward the end of this month, and we see that peak in September. This is the time we're watching everything closely, so every day we escape without a tropical threat is great news, and I don't see anything imminent here in the next week. So that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow morning at some point, probably a little later because it's Saturday, and that's how we roll. I will see you then, and Tom, he'll be streaming at some point once he gets that voice back. The shingles thing, which that's the thing I think is going to be the worst out of this. Seems like that's more mild for him, but the sinus infection's destroying the voice. So we gotta get him back to active duty, though he is still updating that 7-day and doing all his behind the scenes stuff. So always appreciate him, and would appreciate this above normal precip outlook to pan out, because after about a week near 100 with not much rain, we're going to need it, because like I said, in the summer, things do change quickly. All right, have a wonderful Friday, wonderful weekend. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning.